Good morning. Hello everybody. Hi y'all. It's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel today. Gosh, it is foggy. Oh, okay. I have to point to the window. It's foggy out here today. It's like 50 something degrees. 53, I think that was the last time I looked at it. I'm eating potato chips. I just finished my breakfast of sausage biscuit with grape jelly. Okay. I'm gonna eat potato chips. I'm going to do a little stimulus package update today. Sorry. Well, the gridlock on the stimulus package is really, it's just horrible. And there's been a lot on both sides of stalling, I believe. But I'm sorry. Ooh, my Coke almost fell. Ooh, God. This is just a quick little note in politics of what I know. When you're trying to run a company, it's a lot different than running a country. Running a country is all about spending money and making sure everybody has their share, to an acceptable level of living. There should not be a poverty level in the United States of America. We are the richest country in the world. We have more millionaires and billionaires in this country. There should be no need for a poverty level. And it's despicable that some people do their best to keep some people below the poverty level, because in some weird way they think that makes sense to them, that they've got to have a level of people in that line to keep them above that, and that's just pure stupidity. Running a company, and I know this because I've been self-employed before, and I've ran a small lawn service company before. You are all about the bottom line. So that's different than running a country. A company is about the bottom line, and a country is about people. So those are two completely different things. You're not going to have success if you run a country like a company, because you're trying to make as much money as possible, and you're trying to do it with as little resources as possible. And that's a total opposite of running a country. A country, yes, you need as much money as possible, but it's about making sure that every person has their fair share. And it's different with the company, because one or two people, or however many people are the owners of the company, they're the ones who are there to reap the benefits and the profit. The employees are paid, and they're paid, minimum wage or certain level, certain benefits or raises or whatever. And it's usually just barely above what you can afford. Even larger companies, Google can afford to pay their employees double what they pay them, but they don't. They can easily pay them double. These large, Amazon can pay double everybody's salary, and that man would still be a billionaire. So the thinking that you running a country like a company is the way you do it, it's not. And I know that because I'm one of the people that work on the bottom, and I've also, been a person who's owned, and been self-employed and, collected the benefits of the profits. So it's two different things, two completely different things. It's all about spending money in a country, and a company is about making as much money as possible and keeping it. So two totally different things. Even though some people think, oh, well, this person, they've run companies before and they're business people, that doesn't make any, that has no bearing. They may have some expertise or some ability to make money, but you have to have the empathy and you have to genuinely care about people if you want to run a country. Those are two different things. If you don't have the empathy for the people that you are representing or getting your support from, you're useless. Totally and completely useless. That's just a little Kim fact. That's the way I see it. That's the way I call it. A Kim fact. Okay. And as far as the stimulus package goes, it's all being stalled, and I think there's a little bit on both sides. I really do. The Senate, or Mitch McConnell and all his people, it's all about not giving people a direct check or direct money. They do not want to give people money. They don't believe that it is conducive to stimulating the economy. I think they have their personal reasons for what they think about people in the lower echelons of society, what they will do with money. I don't want to get into that, but they have espoused it several times. Numerous people on that side have. And as far as Nancy Pelosi, yes, I do think she is stalling a little bit, but she wants very specific things. And when they handed over, there's several packages that Mitch McConnell has handed over that did not provide for a direct payment, a stimulus check to be sent to individuals. He does not want that. He absolutely does not want that, because that's very expensive. And like I said, when you're running a country, you have to care for the people. And at this moment in time, people need money. They need some kind of support. They need extra help. And money is about the only way you can do it here. Yeah, you can give us jobs, but these jobs are limited. More and more of them are shutting down again. You know, we're going through the second wave. It's going to be worse, allegedly. I'm going to put that allegedly in there. They're saying that because of the inattention to certain aspects of not controlling the pandemic in the beginning, that it's probably going to be worse this winter, and that it is a virus that allegedly they were wrong about whether heat or cold kills it, so that's unclear. Yeah, I really don't think they know very much about it. They haven't had really enough time because this virus just evolved in the last year. So that's really not enough time for scientists or doctors to really learn, especially a virus like this that is evolving and changing. They're saying that in some ways that it's not as bad as it was in the beginning, but then they're saying that there's more complications after you have the coronavirus, after you get COVID-19, that they're finding more and more complications from people who are having weird health issues, that they didn't have before, or either if they had an underlying condition, it's making it a lot worse. So we still have that whole aspect in the stimulus package, the idea of giving money to people. I think that that's one of the most relevant reasons why, is because they don't know, and they don't know how long this is going to go on. They don't know the complications that you're going to have. They don't know if you can't work. There's people who were like super athletes that after they've gotten the coronavirus, some of them can't walk, some of them can't hold a breath. Just these completely healthy people that all of a sudden, after having this respiratory disease, it's like destroyed their lives. They've lost their jobs, they've lost their mobility, they've lost their ability to do for themselves, and they're dependent on other people. It's just like a strange situation. And it's more and more as time goes on, they're finding out more and more things, because, this thing is not all found out. It's still being discovered day after day. These scientists that are working on a vaccine, or some of the hurdles of working on a vaccine is they have to know what what is the virus doing, and they have to know the inner workings of the whole virus, and they don't know that. So that's going to make it 10 times harder to even come up with a vaccine. And even if they did come up with a vaccine for that strain, like I say, there can be other strains of a virus, just like the flu or any other type of respiratory situation, it can go in a different direction. You never know. Things evolve, things change. So that's kind of like at the heart of this figuring out what the COVID-19 virus is. You know, they really haven't had enough time. And even though they've got tons and tons of scientists working day and night and doing whatever they can, I think it would be utterly amazing if they did come up with a vaccine, as our leader of the free world said, by the end of the year. I don't really think that's going to happen, you know. And if I do, I mean, if it does, it would be more like a guinea pig situation where they would be trying it out on people. You wouldn't know what the after effects of it were. You know, does it really work, you know, and is it not powerful enough to overcome any kind of evolution of that virus? You know, if the vaccine's going to become totally worthless, you know, 2 months later because the vaccine has not had the ability to overcome, you know, like I say, the evolution process of this virus. So that could all be in vain. You just don't know. I hope they get one. I would love for it to happen, but it may not happen. But in the meantime, all this arguing about the stimulus package, you know, one side wants direct payments to the people and the other side doesn't. That is one of the major sticking points. And the other side, which is more business oriented, they want protections for businesses. They want to make sure there's no liability for business owners, that if they have workers there and the workers get sick from working around all these people, that they can't be sued, that they can't be, you know, held liable for that employee, you know, getting sick or dying. They don't want the family to be able to sue the business, and that is one of the main sticking points that Mitch McConnell wants. Because a lot of the people in that, you know, that little group are of a particular persuasion to care more about money and business. And Nancy Pelosi, like she said, she wants direct payments to people, and there are other sticking points that she also wants, but the main one for her is making sure there's direct payments. And I do think that she is holding off. At first I didn't think she was, but now I do think she is kind of holding off on that till after the election. Because if they do give a package with direct payments right before the election, what do you think? He is going to say, oh, I did it, this was my doing, I saved you, you know. And she doesn't want to give him this, I'm not going to say his name, the dude with the comb over of the free world. She doesn't want him to claim credit for that. So I do think she is kind of holding off till after the election, which I was really mad and upset about that. But you know what? I don't know. It's such a struggle now, and we may or may not get one. If a different party moves into the White House, then we definitely will. We absolutely will. There is already plans to make sure those larger direct payments and other things, it will change the dynamic of Mitch McConnell's group of people, because if a few of those seats change to Democratic seats, then it will be a Democratic administration. So if you have more Democrats than there are Republicans then in an administration, then it is called either Democrat, or if you have more Republicans in that administration, it's called a Republican administration. So it just kind of depends which one has majority over, you know, if there's more Democrats or more Republicans. So right now, you know, we're in a pretty much a Republican stronghold, but you know, that will change if more Democrats are voted into those seats. And I think with the behavior that they've had, the insensitivity, the no empathy, Mitch McConnell actually laughed about it in an interview I think Mark Hamill, he described it. It was on news agencies about the actor Mark Hamill described that when Mitch McConnell was laughing about the not giving out stimulus payments and helping the economy and helping people, he started to laugh, and he described him as being evil. And I think that has an effect on people, especially right now. If people are struggling and there's this rich guy up there laughing about, not giving help to the working class, eventually some of them will be voted out, that. Because I'm not going to vote for somebody who laughs in my face when I'm over here struggling, trying to make payments and trying to, feed myself and struggle with getting a good job. And, I'm very thankful and lucky that I have what I have. But there's people that have a lot less than me. And, if this person or this group of people are going to laugh in their faces, I mean, that's the destruction of our economy right there. When you purposely keep one class down, they can't put into the economy, especially when they're numbering in the millions, tens of millions. That to me is not good business sense, Why would you want, tens of millions of people not being able to support themselves or put back into the economy? I mean, what else can they do other than the things that they do, which I'm not going to talk about those or put any labels or anything on somebody in that position. You just never know when you're going to be or what you're going to be at a certain time. Life changes and things can happen. And I hope in the next few weeks, months, that there are some big changes. I hope things get better. I hope there are big changes and things are working out more for the people. Well, that's what I think, and that's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. And thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you all.